Hi there, it's Gaylord with your Friday market update. And today I want to talk directly to the folks who are sitting on the fence about buying a home. So I get it. Rates ticked up just a little bit this week, and we're sitting just under 7% for a conventional 30-year fixed rate mortgage, according to Mortgage News Daily. Now, that feels a little high if you're comparing it to a few years ago, of course. But here's the thing. This market is full of opportunity for buyers who are ready to be the buffalo, my favorite saying. You've probably heard me say it before. Buffaloes run straight into the storm. They just power through the storm. They don't look up, they just go right through it. And it's different than the herd, the cows who run away from the storm and they never get away because they know the buffalo will get through it faster. So let's talk about the storm that's making some buyers nervous today. Rates are too high. Home values are going to crash. The economy's shaky. I might lose my job. I'd rather keep my money in the bank. If this sounds like your clients, I totally understand. But let's zoom out for a second and really dive in and see what's going on with the market. So, number one, real estate is an absolute long-term play. If you're going to buy it for a year, yeah, don't buy. But if you're thinking you're going to stay in that house for 5, 7, 10 years, it makes sense. Since the 1940s, every decade since the 1940s, home values have gone up every single time. Real estate isn't about the short-term wins. It's about the long-term wealth and building that wealth. So let me give you an easy example. Say you have $25,000 saved up. It's hard to save money, right? You have $25,000 to invest. Do you invest it in the stock market or maybe buy a home in the housing market? You could put that in the stock market and if you're extremely lucky, make 20% in a year. That's huge. No one says that. That would be a $5,000 gain on that $25,000 investment. Or you could use that same $25,000 as a down payment on a $500,000 home, 5%. If the home appreciates just 4%, that's a $20,000 gain because you're earning appreciation on the whole house, not just that $25,000 investment. Now that's called leverage. And that's what makes real estate so powerful. So number two, you've got options as a homeowner. So when you own a home, you're not stuck. People say, man, I'm going to be stuck in my house. You can rent it out to someone else to cover your mortgage if you fall on hard times. You can house hack, meaning you can rent out a room to bring in extra income. It's no different than if you're renting a rental property and you have a roommate. You can sell it and generally take out the equity that you've put into it already and still come out ahead. So if you're renting, you don't have any of those options. You're just paying someone else's mortgage and you have zero equity to show for it. You're just throwing money out there. So now, number three, more homes, more incentives, and more help. Right now, there's more inventory. Las Vegas inventory is up over 1,100 homes since the end of February, since February 28th. So that means more choices and more motivated sellers. Over 80% of the deals I'm working on right now have seller paid closing costs. Sellers are willing to give it up. I literally just signed a 2-1 buy down to lower a buyer's interest rate for the first year to 4.99% on a transaction that's funding today. They needed my signature to say that that was a 2-1 buy down. A $27,000 credit from the seller on a $975,000 purchase. Sellers are giving up some of that equity. So why are they doing this? Because they've gained a ton of equity over the past 5 to 10 years, and they're willing to use some of that to help you buy a home. They don't need to like gorge and get all the money that they want. They're ready to move on to the next house as well. And let's be honest, closing costs are tough. So for many first-time home buyers, they're almost as much as the down payment. That's a huge hurdle. And sellers are helping buyers clear it right now. If they wait, they're going to sometimes have to save double time in order to have money for the down payment and the closing costs. Sellers now are paying closing costs. Another thing that people can tap into is their 401k wisely. A lot of buyers worry about using their 401k. They say, that's my retirement. I can't rob my retirement. But here's the truth. A house is retirement planning as well. You can take up to $10,000 typically from your 401k without penalty as a first-time homebuyer. You can borrow from your 401k and pay yourself back with interest. You're just borrowing your own money and paying yourself a return, and that's a good thing. And guess what? A 401k loan doesn't count against you in your monthly debt to income ratios when getting a mortgage. So it doesn't count as a debt against you. Plus, when you eventually sell your home, you should qualify for the capital gains exemption, meaning if you make up to $500,000 profit as a married couple, you would pay zero income tax on that gain. There are certain requirements, so let's just consult your accountant on that. But let's just say you buy a house for $500,000 and 10 years from now, you sell it for $1 million. You pay zero tax on that $500,000 gain. So definitely consult your accountant to see how you qualify. There are a few restrictions, but you absolutely should be able to do it. Now, try doing that with your 401k withdrawal, where you pay regular income tax on withdrawals when you become of age. You pay income tax on that. You don't pay any tax on that $500,000 capital gain with a house. So check that out. And number 5, this might be the absolute highest mortgage payment you will ever make. So let's let that sink in a minute. So if you buy now, you're going to pay it a little bit more because the interest rate's a little bit higher. Now, almost certainty you will be able to refinance when the rates drop. And they will drop. They go up and down. I've been doing this 32 years. They go up and down and all around, and there will be an opportunity to lower your payment at some point in time. But if you wait, guess what? The home prices are going to go up again. Seller incentives are going to go away. You're going to have a higher price. You're going to have more closing costs, and you're going to have no help with the closing costs. So in summary, here are the top 5 reasons renters can feel confident buying now. Number 1, more homes on the market means better choices. Number 2, sellers are helping pay closing costs and buying down your interest rate. Number 3, you can leverage your money for greater long-term gains. Number 4, owning gives you flexibility and options renting doesn't. And number 5, you'll likely refinance later into a lower payment, but you lock in today's price on your home. So if you're still unsure, let's talk. Let's see where you stand and build a game plan together so you're educated. You don't need to do this alone. And you don't need to be afraid of the storm. Be the buffalo, run into the storm. Mark your calendars for a power-packed doubleheader. Thursday, June 12th, we're going to be back with our next winning event, winning in a transitional market. This shift is real. What was a seller's market is quickly tilting towards a buyer's market. In a seller's market, you have to show the buyers how to buy. But in a buyer's market, you have to show them why to buy. And that's where we come in. So keep your knees bent. This market rewards those who adapt fast and can move. Friday, June 13th, the second of the doubleheader, we're bringing in the GOAT himself, Mike Ferry. After 50 years in the business, he's going to break down exactly what to do right now to sell more homes and finish the year strong. It's a doubleheader designed to knock your business out of the park. We'd love to see you at both. So need to refer a client? Just shoot me a text, a quick group text, and I'll take it from there. So I'm an extension of your business. Let me help educate your clients with real data so they feel confident instead of fearful. It's a scary time for buyers, but it doesn't have to be. So hope you have an amazing weekend and be the buffalo. Go into the storm, make it happen. This is Gaylord out. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.